Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Have you guys ever wanted to use laser cutting in your projects for panels such as these or these, only to find out that most commercial places have a minimum charge, which makes it really impractical for the small projects that we makers do? Well, I did. That's why today we'll be talking about how powerful diode lasers has changed the game for small makers such as myself. Not too long ago, if you wanted a laser cutter for the home, you were stuck with either a really weak diode laser or a CO2 laser with a very small work area and also very heavy. However, in recent years, there has been a few high-powered diode lasers released in the market that are actually practical for cutting and not just engraving. As I wanted to give these a go, I reached out to xTool, which has kindly provided their D1 Pro 20W unit for my review. As you can see here, the D1 Pro is very portable at only about 5.5 kilograms or 12 pounds for my imperial viewers. This makes it very easy to store away when not in use, which is critical when working in small spaces such as an apartment. One of the reasons I went with xTool was based on other reviewers complimenting their simplicity and exceptional build quality. This is evident by the premium packaging and the ease of assembling the unit. The kit also comes with special safety glasses to protect the user from stray reflections. The assembly process was simple to follow with the instructions given in the box, and the entire process only took me about 30 minutes. There are also video instructions on xTool's channel if that's your preference. With 20 watts of laser power, the xTool D1 Pro boasts a capability of cutting through 10mm of blast plywood in a single pass. This is a major reason I went with this unit. My builds typically utilize panels cut from 6mm birch plywood, which this laser should handle just fine. In the past, I would have to print out a stencil, glue it onto the plywood, mark out the lines and center points before cutting and drilling the panel. With the help of a laser cutter, this process will be much quicker and also allows me to experiment with shapes that would prove challenging for a saw blade. With the xTool D1 Pro 20W laser, you get a build area of about 430 by 390mm, which is certainly large enough for my projects. To test the laser, I set it up on the workbench in my balcony and fired up xTool Creative Space. xTool software is free to download from their website, and I found it easy to use even as a laser beginner. After connecting the laser through USB or Wi-Fi, the work material can be selected. There are a few patterns you can choose from to begin experimenting with how the laser works. The objects can be resized and positioned anywhere in the work area. You can then add other shapes to the job on separate layers. By having separate layers, the laser is able to differentiate between the cut or engraving work required. To add elements into a layer, select the object, then click the Move To button. Choose a line color and rename the layer as you wish. Here, I have selected the pig's face to be engraved, followed by a circular cutout around the perimeter. To specify the laser power and speed for each layer, you simply click on the objects, then choose the desired processing type. The values such as power and speed will be pre-entered defaults based on the work material selected previously. Once that's done, you can click on the framing button to make sure the object fits on the material before starting. I first tried engraving some sample files on the 3mm plywood supplied with the kit. While the laser performed well, I did notice a slight darkening of the face area around the text. This is where the AirSys unit comes in. The compact air compressor provides a jet of air to the laser nozzle, which blows away the smoke generated and completely eliminates the dark markings. The air assist was very simple to install on the D1 Pro as it already has the hollow nozzle included. The text on the right is produced with the air assist on and is much cleaner. I then tested the engraving on some spotted gum hardwood, which also turned out great. On to the cutting. I started with the 3mm plywood sample provided with the kit. During the cut, I noticed that the aluminium sheet used to protect your work surface was warping under the heat. This was fixed by raising the panel up using a few coins. The rear surface of the cut is also a lot cleaner with the work panel raised up, as the smoke can dissipate better. Now for the real test, 6mm plywood. I initially had some issues cutting the material and even managed to trigger the automatic fire alarm feature which stops the laser for safety. I then realized I had the focus setting incorrect. For thicker materials, the beam focus should be adjusted so that it is at the center of the material thickness. With the correct focus setting, the laser cut through the plywood with ease. Out of curiosity, I tried to engrave a scrap piece of stainless steel I had. This also turned out great with the default settings. A benefit of the xTool is that it comes with many accessories to improve your experience. Along with the air assist module, I will be looking to include the honeycomb bed and enclosure next. During the testing, I did notice there was a significant amount of smoke that was produced. While the balcony is technically outdoors, I would not want my neighbors constantly smelling the smoke during usage. It is important to be considerate with our DIY activities, particularly in tight spaces. The enclosure and smoke filter will solve this issue. The honeycomb bed would also provide better support for the material and allow for airflow on the bottom face of the cut, which would reduce the markings on that face. I plan to build a mobile cart that includes the enclosure and smoke filter to be stored on my balcony, so stay tuned for that. Now to put the laser to use. Here I am using it to build a component that will be used in my upcoming wooden PC case. Can you guess what it is? Drop it in the comments below if you think you might know. And also subscribe so you can see when I use it in that build. As you can see, a capable diode laser can be used to make parts such as these, where traditionally a larger machine or something bulkier would be required. If you're interested in getting one of these laser cutters for yourselves, please use the affiliate link down in the description below. It really helps out the channel. I would like to thank xTool again for providing the D1 20W laser for my review, and a thanks to you guys for staying to the end of the video. I'll catch you in the next one.